with all that news and opinion out of the way, it's time to do the 2019 Wrestling Observer Meltzer Awards, as we call them here on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. Morehouse, are you ready?
I am, Gene.
Okay. All right. The way that Dave has these split is there's a category A, which runs about 8 or 9 questions or so, or categories, I guess. And then the category B is basically kind of extra stuff that runs, how many we got here? I'm going to ballpark it and say about 30 questions or so, or 30 categories, to basically fill in. In past years, we have done separate WWE and independent categories for each. This year, we're throwing that out the window. It's just best that we think overall. It kind of saves time, and also it makes for interesting debate between, the two major competitors now, WWE and AEW in North America. So, with that going, and with that said, here we go. Here's our first category on the 2019 Meltzers. Worst gimmick of 2019. The worst gimmick of 2019. As Mr. Meeseeks makes a cameo here in the stream. Mr. Meeseeks, what say you on the worst gimmick of 2019?
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. The worst gimmick this year is Brandy Rhodes, the necromancer.
The Nightmare Collective Brandy Rhodes. Yeah, this is a weird little offshoot of AEW programming that is still yet to be really, explained much. I would say it's just, it consists now, as we go to air this weekend, as we record this, of a 51-year-old Japanese deathmatch legend.
Who nobody in North America knows,
unless you watched FMW tapes when you were, growing up or whatever, or YouTube clips.
I read Chris Jericho's book, who talks about him a little bit.
A semi-booked regular from Shimmer in Melanie Cruz. Awesome Kong. And Brandy. That's your Nightmare Collective, everybody. It's a questionable thing.
There's groups right now in AEW that are occult or cultist. Mm-hmm. So this is like the B group, where the group A would be Evil Uno's team.
The Dark Order.
Yeah, the Dark Order.
Yeah, Dark Order, right. It's up there. See, this is the thing. I think that the worst gimmick of 2019, for my opinion, I'm going to jump to the WWE side. I'm going to go with the Raw brand. And the worst gimmick for 2019 to me is, how could I explain this in a PG way? Basically, Lana cheating on Rusev is the worst gimmick of 2019, in my opinion, and that storyline. Nobody gave a you-know-what when this storyline was first laid out. And now that it's basically stifled the re-debut of Liv Morgan, potentially has, stifled her career to the point where it's much like Tennille Dashwood Emma in, 2017 or so, with the Emelina character and everything. Kind of that same type of vibe. And then all of a sudden it's revealed that, oh no, she's not going to be Harley Quinn on TV. Basically, to the Fiend's Joker. It's going to be more along the lines of, oh, look, you're a lesbian lover for Lana.
My problem with this storyline is this is the second time it's been done this year in Raw.
Yeah, that's right, it is. It's a rehash. It's an absolute rehash.
The Canalises did it first.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't good when the Canalises did it either. It led to one of them getting released, basically.
No. The Canalises are still there. They're just floating.
Oh, okay. I thought Mike left the company. Honestly.
No, he wants to, but they won't let him go.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that's right. It's a rehash. It's a rehash of something. That's it. So there we go. Those are picks for worst gimmicks of 2019 right there. And now we flip the page and go with best gimmick of 2019. I'll lead off with this one. We'll kind of alternate as we go all fruity categories here and that stuff. So it's my turn to lead here. Best gimmick to me, 2019, hands down. This is one of the greatest reinventions of a character I have seen in a long time. Bray Wyatt, aka The Fiend. Man, we were seeing the vignette started the night after WrestleMania on Raw, and we kind of had a feeling that it was a Bray Wyatt thing, but we weren't sure about the buzzard puppet popping out of the box or anything. But boy, oh boy, come SummerSlam, holy, that pop was one of the loudest pops of the year for a brand new character, and that translated big time for the pay-per-view on a live broadcast on the WWE Network.
Can't argue with you there, Gene. Bray Wyatt's been amazing. The Fiend is a really cool character, as well as his children's TV show host character. So it's just been fun to watch.
It was the highest selling Halloween costume that WWEshop.com sold over Halloween of 2019. Everybody wanted to be the Fiend for Halloween.
Yeah, this is the same person that I picked. So I mean, there's no argument here.
It's a great. It takes a great performer to pull off that gimmick, and from what I've heard, the Fiend gimmick is basically carte blanche creative for Bray and maybe a small team of writers to come up with stuff for it and everything. But it's basically Bray's character, and it's awesome. It's really cool, and we've kind of seen. With the popularity of that, you kind of see some offshoots of that now and that stuff and slight knockoffs. I know Ring of Honor is kind of doing a House of a Thousand Corpses type thing with Vincent and kind of his crew of people. I mean, hell, over the past week they just debuted a giant, big, super heavyweight clown that kind of looked like the guy from, House of a Thousand Corpses that I think unfortunately passed away earlier this year. But, and kind of along that vibe, as we were talking about earlier with the Liv Morgan stuff, there was a hot rumor going around that she was going to join Bray Wyatt as either A, Sister Abigail, or B, the kind of the Harley Quinn to the Fiend's Joker. And that would have been something that would have been really interesting to see, kind of roll out, but, we never got that, so.
Unfortunately, we got other stuff.
We got other stuff that we talked about earlier, so anyway.